Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called USA versus Europe, Biggest Cultural Differences. Well, I think Europe is pretty huge. There's a lot of countries in there. So, I don't know, maybe this is more a good general thing. But yeah, of course, there's going to be, I think, even cultural differences between European countries. So, of course, compared to the US, there's going to be so many of them. So, let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe.
USA and Europe are similar in size, population, standard of living, and lifestyle. But as an American myself, after spending more than 1 year of my life in Europe,
Oh, that's
and
a
visiting
lot.
every single country on the continent,
Oh my God,
there are
okay.
some major cultural differences that need to be addressed. Bonjour! Disclaimer, I know it's impossible to group Europe into one category.
Yeah.
So these are general realizations that may not exist in every European country. Here are 18 cultural differences that Europe has over the USA. C'est un bourgeois en Paris. 1. Pay to use public toilets.
Oh yeah,
It's not
that's
free
huge.
to pee or do your business in public. You have to pay usually €1 to
Yeah.
use the bathroom, even if it's just to wash your hands. 2. Water is not free. When you order water in a restaurant, it usually comes in a tiny glass.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
€5. They love sparkling water too, so make sure to tell them you want still water. Can I get a still water, please? Travel tip. Carry around an empty water bottle and fill it up in sinks or public fountains.
Oh, the
It's all
public fountains,
purified.
yeah.
3. Every city has history. In America, we don't
Well.
have much to talk about before the 17th century.
Yeah, but still there's some history involved in the cities.
In Europe, some castles are 500 years older than the US even became a country.
Yeah, that's
4.
crazy to
They
me.
drive less. Public transportation is everywhere and efficient in Europe, and most cities are pedestrian and bike friendly. There's
I love
really no
that.
need for a car, and gas is too expensive anyways. 5.
How expensive
Sports
is it,
are not
actually?
a family affair. In the States, we pregame and
What?
drink beers and tailgate for sports games with our families and friends. In Europe, sports aren't such big events, except for soccer.
But
which
they
love.
are- they're
6.
into
Smaller
sports.
food portions. This is the size of a normal meal in Europe. And this is a standard Coke. Also, ketchup is not free
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
comes in
so
glass
cute.
bottles. Seriously? 7. Cigarettes are fashionable. They aren't so looked down upon
Well,
among Europeans either.
yeah, everyone
Yes, they don't have
smokes.
the DARE program in Europe. In other words, smoking equals cool.
Is it cool
They
or
dress
just
nicer.
normal?
They don't just throw on basketball shorts, a university t-shirt, and sandals.
No.
Dude. They always dress to impress. And about those haircuts. 9. They can speak multiple
What
languages.
were the haircuts?
It's not uncommon to meet Europeans who speak 4, 5, or 6 languages fluently.
It's normal, yeah.
Very good. Das Bier ist ausgezeichnet. To pivo je výborný. Je to pivo
Oh my god, how many languages does this person speak?
Pivo je veľmi dobré.
Ah!
10. They recycle more. Metal
Oh, they're
cans,
greener.
plastic, paper, bottles. Europeans recycle more and take better care of their environment. In Germany, the government incentivizes you with 25 cents for returning an empty bottle. Empty water bottles can make you rich in Germany.
But
Many Americans
it's
seem
just
to throw
plastic?
trash on the streets without thinking about the consequences.
Wow.
11. Coins actually
No.
matter. Don't lose your euros. This handful of coins is 20 euros or 24 US dollars. If these
Well,
were
that's a
quarters,
lot.
it'd be about $3. See the difference? 12. Toilets have 2 buttons. This makes a lot more sense,
What?
right? Big
You mean
ones
2
for
buttons?
poop, small one for pee, to sip
Oh,
water every
those okay.
Also, bathroom sinks are tiny.
Okay, I've never seen it.
Electric
I've never seen a
cars.
sink that
It's
small.
more and more common to drive small electric cars in Europe. Once again, better for the environment. And you can pull into these
Oh,
parking
yeah,
spaces
they're-
and you charge it. It's so simple. 14.
Yeah.
Fewer trash cans. I never have this problem back home.
And how are they?
It always seems like there's a trash can every 2 miles. But believe it or not, the streets are clean.
Yeah, how does
Street
it-
signs
how
are
is it
quick-
clean?
Can't find the street sign? Look on the building. It's usually there. 16.
Oh,
Dinner
sometimes,
is an
yeah.
all-night activity. Expect to spend 3 or
What do you
more
mean all
hours
night?
schmoozing and eating with your friends at the dinner table.
Well, that's
In the
3 hours,
US,
not all
we
night.
wait more than 5 minutes to get our check. We talk to the manager. Don't be in a hurry if you're going to dinner with Europeans. 17. They love the outdoors.
Because they
You'll
have the
notice this by
space.
seeing tons of parks and outdoor cafes all over Europe. They love their leisure time and they don't use their phones as much as we do. 18. Longer
It's
vacation.
really-
Many European countries like France have 6 or more weeks of vacation, or
Well, that's a
holiday, as
lot.
they call it. In the US, 2 weeks would be generous.
That's a lot, yeah.
Did I miss anything on this list? I'd love to know your thoughts.
There were so many things. I kind of agree with some of them. I don't know if I will totally agree with all of them. I think the one thing about the trash cans, I don't really understand how, but okay, yeah, all the cities are cleaner, but there's less trash cans, so how do they keep the trash low if there aren't any trash cans or there are just fewer of them? I'm a little confused by that, but I think it was just weird how he mentioned, in the US, if you don't just because apparently in Europe it's just more of the norm, we have to you know, we have to pick up our trash. You're more aware of it. And apparently in the US, you just throw it, you know, you're drinking something and you're just like, oh, I'm going to throw it in the ground. That's literally, I don't think, and a lot of people don't do this. So I'm not sure what city is he referring when he's, oh, people just, you don't care. They just like throw it out. Oh my God, where do you live? I don't know. It's just, do people, some people do litter, but you know, that shouldn't be. I think I like to think, I maybe it's just me wishful thinking, but I think more people are aware of this. They don't really do this because again, that's bad. You should pick up your own trash. So I don't know where exactly is he referring to this. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me because I've never seen someone just sort of, I don't know, throwing an empty bottle in the street. I don't know. It's just, no, use the trash can. And I've never seen this. The street things, it's kind of funny because I think he mentioned because you have the whole, I don't know, there's, you know, the signs, the street signs are more little, I don't know, they're just more, I don't know, more eye-catching. Probably that's the case because when he mentioned, they're in the buildings, I think that's what he meant. But sometimes, I don't know, if I've ever seen this in the US, I don't know, but I don't think that's that weird to me, especially because, yeah, again, they put it in the building. It's just, maybe it's not that eye-catching because it's kind of smaller, so of course you're not actively, if you want to see where on earth am I don't know, it's just, you just have to look there. Although, to be honest, I think in this day and age, I think a lot of people probably are not looking for the signs because a lot of people, not to say most of them, I think at this point, they, you know, you have your phone and you're just looking at Google Maps or something, so you just will know the name of the street. So I don't think that was less of a, I don't know, maybe again, that's just me, but I think most people right now just are not that much into paying attention to the street signs because you can see it in your phone. The whole there's another thing, the electric cars. I think, yes, they're very small. I don't know. Yeah, I think because in the US, now electric cars are more popular and I think more people drive them. Again, right now I think they're just more popular in general, but they are sort of bigger. It's a mid-sized sedan. I think those are the more popular ones. But I think in Europe, it's true that I never thought of this. The electrical cars are just very tiny. They're very small. I don't think they're that popular in the US. It just as well. I don't know if those sort of big sedans, the electrical cars or sedans, are that popular in Europe. Maybe they are. I have no idea. But it's true that I've seen those smaller cars in Europe, and I think they're just very popular over there. I don't know if it's just because, is it about the space? I would assume it's about the space, right? Because if you're driving around town, obviously, the streets are very tiny, so you can't have a huge SUV just because literally my car does not fit in here. And the other thing is, of course, the parking spaces, everything is just going to be very small. So, and a big sort of, even a sedan, I think maybe would be quite big. So again, it makes sense to me. Oh yeah, of course they have those tiny electrical cars. They look like toy cars, to be honest. It just looks very, I don't know, fit for a child. Obviously, not really. Childs are not driving, but it just looks so tiny. It's really funny to me how small they are. I always wonder, do tall people can tall people fit in here? Because I would imagine, I know maybe it's just my perspective from you're looking at the car from the outside, and once you actually get in, it's really comfortable to drive, it's really comfortable to be around this car. But looking at it from the outside, I always wonder, again, do you need to be to a certain height, less than a certain height, to actually use this car, to drive it and fit in here comfortably? Because they don't look that comfortable for tall people. And even if it's, I don't know, if you're 5'11", probably that would be, I can't fit in here. My head is hitting the roof. I don't know. Maybe it's just for people 5'5" or less. Maybe even 5'5", I think will be the kind of, I don't know. We'd love to talk to a tall person that has actually driven a car like this toward them to tell me, is it really that comfortable? The whole coin situation, I think, yes, I think in the US you kind of tend, again, most people these days, I don't think use a lot of cash and carry a lot of cash, but it is absolutely true that, you know, when you see a lot of coins, it's just whatever, throw them out. It's not really, that's not going to give you, that's not enough money for you to actually buy something because everything's so expensive. As inexpensive, it could cost $1, and you know, those coins are not going to be enough. But apparently it's okay. So Europe, they still use a lot of cash, which I'm surprised about. And also, no, the coins, I think maybe a coin is just one euro. Maybe that's the thing. They don't have cents. and pennies and stuff, and maybe just one coin is just €1. So of course, no, that's going to be enough for maybe even just a cup of coffee, probably. So no, you shouldn't throw them out. You have to be careful. But maybe they don't have pennies. Is that it? Maybe I would love to know more about the currency, and maybe that's it. And yeah, of course, they dress nicer, and the whole thing about the food itself and the service at restaurants. Yeah, I think in the US you're used to more. I think a faster service is yes. I wanna get served, and it's more about I'm eating, I'm out, please, where's my check? I need to leave. But I think it's nice as well to have a nice, enjoyable meal. I think it just depends on the time. If you're on your lunch break, maybe you're not so, oh, I'm having a leisurely meal. It's more, hey, I have to go back to work. But if you're having dinner, and again, you're having a dinner with friends, or again with family, I don't know, just for, I don't know, you're with your partner, you just want to be, yeah, it's a nice, enjoyable experience. I don't want to be kicked out of it. I don't want my check. No, please take the check out. No, I don't want to leave yet. That's really, and of course the portion sizes are going to be smaller. But I think that one thing that was really funny to me was about how they dress. They dress nicely. I think maybe it's not just about being fashionable. It's just I think in the US people are more casual in general. So it's not seen as weird if someone goes out again, like you said, in basketball shorts and flip flops, or just whatever you sort of dress, or as if people were going to the gym. I think in Europe it's I don't know if it's frowned upon, maybe it's just less popular. I think people it's not that they're dressing with a suit and tie every single day, but it's just I think about, I know, dressing a little bit just nicer in general. You're not, you're running errands, or you're doing something, you're out in the world, you're not going to the gym. So if you're not going to the gym, why are you wearing gym clothes? I think maybe that would be the right sort of equivalence, because again, it's not just, oh, they dress so nicely, which of course I think there are cities in which of course people are just used to dressing, or again, that's a really personal thing though. Some people are just more casual, some people like to dress up, but I think in general some places and some cities are a little bit more, people just take I don't know, they pay more attention, I think, to their appearance. They just really like clothes in general. But yeah, in the US, I think it's more of it's just casual, and it's just, yeah, whatever, just grab some shorts and leave and get out of town, I don't know, do your thing. And I think in Europe that's really not the case, because why are you wearing your workout clothes if you're just, again, in the city? And the secrets, that's really funny to me that he mentions they're fashionable. I don't know if they're fashionable. I don't know if they got the whole thing about the PSAs and the whole sort of, I think there were, I don't know how long ago this was, that there was this whole campaign about smoking, and you shouldn't smoke, and they were sort of terrorizing people into not smoking, and for people to learn how bad smoking actually was. And I think those were, I thought that was widespread, but seeing how a lot of people in Europe is not, again, it's not just this fashionable, it's a cultural thing. I think they're just really used to smoking. For them, it's normal. So I don't know if those PSAs didn't got the memo. I would love to know, what were they doing? They just never got the whole warning things and the back of the cigarette cartons, in which they put lungs and blackened lungs and I don't know, a bunch of awful things for people to sort of deter them from smoking. They didn't have a face, right? I would assume, because yeah, having seen this is, what, yeah, it's true. I think in Europe this is very normal. People are smokers, and they're not going to, like, it's just normal for them. It's not just, oh, it's fashionable, it's cool. No, it's not any of that. It's just, again, they're just used to this. It's whatever. I don't know. Everyone smokes. Every single member of the family smokes, and your friends smoke. Everything. That's a normal thing. And in the US, I think would be more, oh my God, that would be such a huge thing. Or you're seeing, oh, well, are you a smoker? Oh, well, you're a smoker. And it's seen as a little bit of a, well, that's really not good for you. I mean, they know it's not that great for them, but it's, again, they didn't really get the whole, it's not a panic at this, it's not a thing, it's just whatever. So I would love to know, what were they doing when the United States was having this phase of, we have to deter people from smoking, and again, the back of the cartons and the PSAs and stuff, and why? And if that's the case, they didn't really have that, they skipped that part, then how come the US didn't skip that part? Because I don't know, it's just weird to me. And I think, again, it didn't occur to me to think it was just the US, because I think, that's everywhere. I think there was a worldwide campaign to make people stop smoking. So again, maybe it was all over the world except Europe. Maybe it was very ingrained in their culture. Maybe that's why they couldn't. It did nothing. People were still just sort of ignoring it because again, it's part of us, so we don't really care about this. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. We'll have to look more into the history of smoking in Europe and the world because it's kind of weird for me for them to skip it. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.